Shalom everybody, welcome to King David Ministry. Monday is law and Psalms reading, and I'm going to read from some other books as well. So yeah man. Welcome to King David Ministry. Giving you the truth for free. Never take donations. It's time to repent and turn to the Most High, 'cause time is running out. Time to repent and return to higher. Return to the Most High. Return today before it's too late, yeah. 'Cause you don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Time to repent. Time to repent to the Most High, higher. Welcome everybody to King David Ministry. So what I normally do at the start of a lesson is do a recap. So bear with me 2 seconds. So what you're looking at right now is the King David Ministry Love Peace Save Lives sign, in order to encourage the wicked world governments to put their weapons down, man. To love peace, save lives, because life is precious. So the FBI, they have an operation called COINTELPRO. This is the prevention of the Black Messiah. So you know that they took us into captivity, the so-called black man or woman, and some of us, yeah, we're the children of Israel. Not all skin folk are kinfolk. I am a descendant of the Jacobites, and etymology of this is Jacob. Yeah, Jacob from the Bible. That's Israel. His name was changed to Israel. Okay. Please Google all these things in your own time. Webster's 1828 dictionary definition of what an American is. It's the copper-coloured tribes found there by the Europeans. So you Google this for yourself. They have their remembrance days, the oppressed are the people who took us captive with their poppies and that. So let's have ours as well, man. So 1391 massacres of the Jews, and that's me and my people, man. Okay, we lived in Spain and Portugal, man. We're the Iberians. And we also got expelled in 1492 by King Ferdinand of Portugal and Queen Isabella as well. So people who follow the living creator higher, I like to encourage them to read the law every day, read the Psalms, read the Old Testament, just read and delve into study, you understand, so you can learn, man. To pray 3 times a day, man, you understand, and call upon the name of higher, man. That's Paleo Hebrew, I am. So when we got took over, they took our writings. And if you check the Strong's Concordance on Google, you'll find that I am is there. So I am, it translates to higher, okay? That's higher is Paleo Hebrew, it's Exodus chapter 3 verse 14. Alright, so stand out to that fig to see like me. So Google the straw man, they're trying to fool us into thinking that we're dead and at sea and we can't handle our lands and estates. We are the true nobles and true sovereigns, okay people? So Google straw man, okay? Stand out of that figurative sea like me and reclaim your stuff, man. We are not dead and at sea. We are alive, willing and able to handle our estates ourselves. Like I told you before, we're the Iberians from Spain and Portugal. America is the Holy Lands, part of the Holy Lands. On the old maps, it was India Superior, part of one of the seats of where Prester John used to reign from. That's priest king, yeah, King David, aka King David. In etymology, priest meaning Prester, John meaning king in etymology, okay. The Romans took reincarnation out of the Bible. We've all been reincarnated, and these are the end times that we're living in right now. I'm the reincarnation of David, King of Israel. Who could you be? Justice for Sonja Massey, Robert Brooks, Jordan Neely, George Floyd, Chris Kaba. They practice societal racism on people who are not noble and sovereign. Okay, these are the children of the Crusaders, all right, gunning us down, killing us all the day long. because they know who we really are, and the world is run by not all Freemasons are wicked, but the ones at the top, yeah, controlling the narrative, yeah, they are wicked, man, do you understand? And basically, they know who we are, man, and they're trying to make us to be of a remembrance of no more. All people of all nations are part of this secret societies, man, and they're lying to you about a lot of things, man, do you understand? And these are the end times, man, and I'm here to reclaim my throne. April the 8th last year, there was a solar eclipse. This was my birthday. Also, when I was 11 years old, I had an anointing in a dream, okay? Took to an amazing palace and told that one day I'm going to be king. It's my bloodline, man. From the Red Hand branch of Yehuda. I've done my genealogy, man. Campbell and McKinley, man, okay? With the tribe of Yehuda, man. Ashkenazi, the ones in the state of Jerusalem, they are from Japheth. They are not Shem. Google this for yourself, man, on Google. Also check the Bible, Genesis chapter 10, verses 2 to 5. Okay, it says that they're from Japheth, that they're not Shemitic like me and my people, the Afro-Asiatics who are from Shem. Excuse me. Christopher Kidding Columbus took a Paleo-Hebrew Aramaic interpreter to communicate with the tribes that are already there. So if you refer back to Webster's 1828 dictionary definition of what an American is, you'll see it's the copper-coloured tribes found there by the Europeans. And then Christopher Columbus knew that there were people there. It wasn't undiscovered. People was already there, and they knew that it was our lands. Christopher Columbus brought a Paleo-Hebrew interpreter to communicate with the tribes. His name was Louis de Torres. Okay, Google these things for yourself. This is just a recap, man. The Earth is flat, as the Bible states. Google the Antarctic Treaty. Look at some old maps, yeah, the Flat Earth maps. Also the United Nations logo as well. Yeah, man. And oh yeah, they use paper balls, which are public declarations to take us over. I'm just writing something down. So one of the main ones to focus on is Dum versus 1452, where they put us into perpetual servitude, which means slavery forever. And then bearing in mind they steal our lands and estates, they rape, rob, and murder us, and to this very day they stop us from having our estates back by saying that we're dead in at sea. Well, I'm not a real man who's alive, willing and able to handle our estates ourselves. Okay, I'm telling you now, man. I want restitution for what you took. We want restitution, people, man, okay, for what they did to us. Okay, I want to give thanks to the living creator, higher, and may he continue to move for us. I want to also add, I don't like to see all the destruction happening, and that's the reason why I've been preaching, posting multiple videos for 9 months, just over 9 months now, every single day, without fail, to try and wake up the people, the Jews and the Gentiles, man, who want to be saved, because I know that the Most High, he means business. And as you can see in LA, you can see crazy stuff going on, and you got earthquakes going on, you got flooding, you got madness going on throughout the whole earth, man, throughout the four corners of our flat stationary plane that we live on in this realm. I'm just trying to tell you the truth, man. I'm trying to wake people up. I don't like to see these things happening though, of death and sadness. It's not nice to see, you understand? But yeah, I'm here to sound the final trumpet, man, and it's up to you if you want to use your free will, yeah, to return to the Creator, to gain protection, because that's what you need to do and accept his Messiah. That's myself, the reincarnation of David, King of Israel. Okay, all right, let's start with the law. Lord first. Got some snippets from a few books which I'll be reading from, but I'll be as quick as I can at the same time. Okay, right. The law, right. Slay cattle, deer, fowl according to laws of the ritual of slaughter. I'm not going to pronounce the Hebrew because I can't pronounce it. If flesh is to be eaten, Deuteronomy 12:20-21. Not to eat a limb removed from a living beast, Deuteronomy 12:23. Not to slaughter an animal and its young on the same day, Leviticus 22:28. Not to take the mother bird with the young, Deuteronomy 22:6. To set the mother bird free when taking the nest, Deuteronomy 22:6-7. not to eat the flesh of an ox that was condemned to be stoned, Exodus 21 verses 28, not to boil meat with milk, Exodus 23 verses 19. Okay, that's the law reading for today, people. Next, we're going to be reading the Psalms. Okay, Psalms, chapter 2, I think it is. Yeah, chapter 2, verses 7. Starting with verse 7. I will proclaim the decree of Higher. Higher said to me, you are my son. He's talking to David, man. I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will give you the nations for an inheritance, and the ends of the earth for your possession. You shall rule them with an iron rod. You shall shatter them like an earthen dish. And now, O kings, give heed, take warning, you rulers of the earth. Serve Higher with fear, and rejoice before him with trembling. Pay homage to him, lest he be angry and you perish from the way, when his anger blazes suddenly. Blazes like a fire, man, like it's blazing now in LA. He's not messing around. I'm trying to warn people so you have a chance to be saved. Happy are all those who take refuge in him. Give thanks to Higher, man. Give thanks to Higher. Next book I wanted to read was the Book of Enoch. If you got a Book of Enoch yourself, just read along. In the morning, Danny. Book of Enoch, chapter 104. Alright, let's go. Assurance is given to the righteous, admonitions to sinners, and the false spheres of the worlds of uprightness. I won't read all of it, just some of it. I swear unto you that in heaven the angels remember you for good before the glory of the Great One, and your names are written before the glory of the Great One. Be hopeful, for aforetime you were put to shame through ill and affliction, but now you shall shine as the lights of heaven. You shall shine, and you shall be seen, and the portals of heaven shall be opened to you. And in your cry, this is talking about the righteous, in your cry for judgment. So listen up now, cry for judgment, and it shall appear to you. For all your tribulation shall be visited on the rulers and on all who help those who plundered you. It's talking about the ones who went against Israel, man, do you understand? The remnant of Israel. Be hopeful and cast not away your hopes, for you shall have great joy as the angels of heaven. What shall you be obliged to do? You shall not have to hide on that day of the great judgment, and you shall not be found as sinners. And the eternal judgment shall be far from you, from all generations of the world. So there you go, man. It's going to be good for us, man, for the righteous, but for the wicked, yeah, it's not going to be good, man. As we read yesterday in the Book of Enoch. Right, people, just reading these little snippets from books, man. Don't forget, man, we are, Europeans. They're saying African Europeans. I'm saying, we are indigenous to Europeans, to Europe, man. All right. And even don't forget, Cheddar, man. They know that the original Britons were melanated, and I've got proof from my Scholarly Doctor Ministry as well, man. Okay, I didn't call them Black Prince for no reason, man. You understand? Check out these books, people, man. You best believe, man, we're the true royals, man. We're the true nobles and sovereigns. Okay, next, I'm going to read from this book here, The Flat Earth Conspiracy. Well, it's no conspiracy because the Bible backs up a flat stationary plane. Okay, people, but we're being lied to by gatekeepers, Freemasons, okay. Not all of them are wicked, there's some good ones, but some bad ones at the top controlling the narrative, like I keep saying. Right. Plain sailing. So this is page 52. Plain sailing is navigating a ship, making all mathematical calculations on the assumption that the earth is perfectly flat. If the earth were in fact a sphere, such an errant assumption would lead to constant glaring inaccuracies, and the necessity for using spherical trigonometry would become obvious. Plain sailing has worked perfectly fine in both theory and practice for thousands of years. However, and plane trigonometry has time and again proven more accurate than spherical trigonometry. In determining distances across the oceans, it is also commonly used at sea. Navigation, in the theory and practice, states that, in practice, scarcely any other rules are used but those derived from plain sailing. In the morning, Danny, that's right, from plain sailing. The great and serious objection to plain sailing is that longitude cannot be found by it accurately, although in practice it is more frequently found by it than by any other method. So both latitude and longitude are found most often and most accurately by assuming the Earth to be flat, more accurately even than assuming the Earth to be spherical. Plain sailing proves that the Earth's surface of water is a plane or horizontal surface, and in practice it is shown that this plane extends for many thousands of miles. Whether the voyage is outwards or homewards makes no difference. Forgive me if you can't see too well. I'll come a little bit closer. Thus showing that a short voyage to the Cape and back to England can be accomplished by plain sailing. The fact that water is flat like a sheet of paper when undisturbed by wind and tide, close brackets, is my working anchor and the powerful ground tackle of all those who reject the delusions of modern theoretical astronomy, prove water to be convex, and we will at once and forever recant and grant you anything you like to demand. Thomas Winship, Zetek, Cosmology. If the Earth were a globe, a small model globe would be the very best, because the truest thing for the navigator to take to sea with him, but such as a thing as that is not known, with such a toy as a guide, the mariner would wreck his ship of a certainty. That is a proof that the Earth is not a globe, as the mariner's compass points north and south at one and the same time, and the meridian is a north and south line. It follows that meridians can be no other than straight lines, but since all meridians on a globe are semicircles, it is an incontrollable proof that the Earth is not a globe. William Carpenter, 100 proof the Earth is not a globe. The needle of this most important instrument is straight, its two ends pointing north and south at the same time. Consequently, the meridians must be straight lines also, whereas on a globe they are semicircles. Even at the equator the needle points straight, which would be impossible were that the midway of a vast convex globe, as in such case the one end would dip towards the north and the other be pointed towards the sky. Again, the navigator, when he goes to sea, takes the observations and relies on the compass to guide him as to the direction in which he wishes to proceed. He does not provide himself with the model of a globe, which, if the world were a globe, would surely be the safest plan for him to adopt, but he takes flat maps or charts. Thus, in practice, he sails his ships as if the sea were horizontal, though in theory he had been earnestly taught that it is convex. David Wall, Lord Scott, Terra Firma, 99. The South Pole does not exist. I will read that next, man. Yeah, man, that's a good book, man. Flat Earth Conspiracy by Eric Dubai. Right, we're going to continue reading this another day. Next book I want to read. There's this one here. The Israelites by BSJ. And you can see that's us, man, on the picture there, and the artifact on the front of the picture in the book. That's us, man. So I was just trying to show you the link. I was doing some reading about the tribes and tribes in India, in the Americas, and the tribes in the clans and the tribes in Scotland, and to show you that we were the same people basically. I just found it quite interesting, this snippet to read here. So this page 100 of this book. Social structure, tribes, clans, and families. From biblical sources, it is clear that the lives of individual Israelites were much affected by their membership of social groups, tribes, clans, and families. Information about these units is, however, somewhat patchy. The boundaries between them were apt to fluctuate, and moreover, we can only discern them in a settled state when they tend to coincide with regions or localities. About the tribes we know least, their boundaries, claimed or real as described in the Bible, open brackets, as well as their kingship groups, close brackets, may reflect pre-Israelite regional divisions, whether they were based on territorial units of economic significance has been doubted, though the curiously oblong shape of the territory of Benjamin extending from the Jordan Valley beyond the crest of the western uplands. But bearing in mind, people, that we know that this didn't happen in the state of Jerusalem, which was set up by Japheth, the Khazars, the Zionists, Japheth. No, this happened in the Americas, man. India Superior would have offered tribesmen a useful mixture of varied environmental opportunities. Such may also have been available through less obvious in other tribal inheritance. So I just found it interesting to talk about the tribes there. And you've got this also another book I wanted to read. And this one, just to point out that you got the tribe. This is a mythology of the Americas. Cotty Burland, Irene Nicholson, and Harold Osborne. Mythology of the Americas. Just been reading this. So I was mentioned a while ago about the Gregorian calendar. Forgive me, I can't say it, but that's what the oppressor uses. But we had our own calendar, and I'm just trying to show you that also we are separate people, with separate customs, separate ways. So what we do in this society, we haven't always been doing these things, man. They were pushed on us, like the baptisms of Christianity, the religions. We kept the law of the Creator before, and then we went away from keeping the Creator's law. But we are the Israelites, man. That's what I'm trying to show, our way, how we used to live, and bring it back to remembrance again. And if it wasn't important about the shape of the earth, then why would the Creator document it? Why would he make the prophets document it, man? Because it's very important to know about what we're living on and how it operates. There's many books which explain it. That's why they try to deceive you, because they want to become like God. You know what I'm saying? They want to become like the Creator, higher. So the calendar, so it's page 171 of this book, if you got it. So remember the Mayas Aztecs, the Incas, that was you, man, just bywords, you know what I'm saying? It was you. The 10 tribes were already in the Americas, man, because there's already people there before Columbus. And that's why he took Lewis de Torres, the Hebrew translator, to speak to the tribes that were already there, you understand? In India Superior. So it's well known that the Mayas and the Aztecs had a highly developed calendar system. In their astronomical calculations, myth and science meet to understand fully the meaning and position of the various gods in the cosmic plan. We must diverge slightly from the main mythological theme in order to study the calendar. The Mayans and probably the Nahua speaking people also regarded days as animate beings, in fact as gods. I remember we got took over by the Babylonians for serving false gods. So this could possibly have been some of the false gods that they were serving, which put us into the Babylonian captivity, man. Understand? And remember, there were 3 major chronological time shifts, man. So everything that happened in history, it wasn't so long ago. The oppressor added 1,000+ years, man, to the original timeline, and they changed it from the Hebrew calendar to the Gregorian calendar. Okay. Regarded days as eminent beings, in fact as gods. Time was thus personified and in no way abstract. Every division of time, the day and the month, the year, and so on, was a definite object or entity, and it had to be carried by divine messengers, which were represented by numbers. If Plato's God was a mathematician, so too was the Nahua God. Above all, numbers were his army, protecting his eternal and infinite domain. Yeah, I just wanted to read that just to show you about the calendars and that lot, basically, to show that we had a different calendar, even if they tied in the wicked gods to the calendar. And that's why we got punished by the living creator, man, and why the other tribes were allowed to come in to take us over, you understand? Yeah, got some really cool pictures as well that you can scan past. Some really cool pictures. It's a cool picture, look at that. This is a priest's head carved in relief in slate stone. The disc formed the back of a mirror which had a reflecting surface of iron pyrite, Teutonic style from the Veracruz region. Crush. Sounds like crush. But look at the picture, look. Copper coloured crowns found there. Yeah, he brought Webster's 1828 dictionary definition, and Columbus brought Louis the Taurus. Come on, people, man. Come on now. Yeah, in good book, man, good book. Right, I'm gonna be quick now. Next book. I just wanted to show you the picture on this one. This is They Came Before Columbus, the African Presence in Ancient America by Ivan Van Sertima. But my research, Ivan Van Sertima, has proven that we are from Europe. Yeah, we're from the Americas, man. And then my family went to Spain, and then Europe, and then we went to Ireland, and then obviously we had the Kingdom of Alba. But yeah, I just want to show you these pictures, man. Show you. So this is Negroid heads in pre-Christian Mexico. Yeah, before we got took over by the enemy. And then took us over with the Papa Bulls, the public declarations, and forced you away with your Christianity and that, man. So yeah. Right, I'm going to read from that book another time anyway. So I also wanted to read from this book here. Memoirs of the Secret Service of John McCrae, Esquire. Just a quick look up. He was a spy. He went to spy on my family, the Jacobites, yeah. And he seems to think, the majority of them were so-called black. Okay. Right, let's go have a look at Marquess of Annandale. president of the council. Right, and he seems to think that he was a very black complexion. Remember, when we got took over by the Paler tribes, yeah, they whitewashed our pictures and that, man. And they cut off the noses and that, man. So this spy from the 1700s is saying that he was a very black man. Oh, have a scholarly back to ministry. Also wanted to quickly read from this book here, The Annals of Caledonians, Picts and Scots of north of Strathclyde, Cumberland, Galloway, Moray, by Joseph Ritson, 1700s, scholarly book. This is talking about the Picts and the Scots being linked, basically. So on page 117 of the book. So it's talking about the battle that happened in 1138. So at the Battle of Coton Moor, so Moor in etymology that's black, yeah. In 1138, the Scottish army, in which there was a considerable body of Galwegian Picts, exclaimed altogether their national slughorn or war cry, Albany, like they're screaming Albany, or Albany, the clamour, according to the old historian, ascending to the heavens. From the retort, however, made by the English after the Battle of Uri Standard, it would seem that the later name Irish applied by strangers was a term of reproach, as Albany assumed by themselves was of honour. The word Albanic, also in O'Brien's Irish dictionaries, rendered Scottish, also a Scot, as Alban is the name of Scotland. The Scottish Highlander, moreover, to this day, distinguish both themselves and their native dialect from the original Irish. That's my ancestor. Ernich. That's my ancestor, man. Gaels, Picts. Names of the Gaels and the Gadling. Can't pronounce that, so forgive me. What particular name was given by the Picts? Oh yeah, just wanted to show you that anyway, man. I found that really interesting to show you the link with Alba, the Kingdom of Alba, man. I did have a page pulled out. Just wanted to read the Picts. There you go. We had the Kingdom of Alba, man. They merged with the Scots, man. In history, it says they merged with the Picts and Scots. Yeah, those Picts and Scots merged together to make one kingdom, but they were the same people, man. Coming over from Spain and that, man, coming over, setting up in Ur of the Chaldees island, man. Ur of the Chaldees, man. Becoming the Red Branch Knights. And you got here, look, this book. That's what I wanted to read. So this book, Alba, the Gaelic Kingdom of Scotland, AD 811 to 1124, by Stephen Driscoll, The Making of Scotland. And it talks about here on page 11, it's saying linguistically the Britons and the Picts were closely related. They were the same people, man. The Britons and the Picts, they're from the Americas, man. Speaking tongues from the Brittonic language group, which included Welsh, they were the same blood. Sorry, so I wrote that. In the 9th century, these speakers of native British dialects shared the North and Gaelic speakers in the West and English speakers in the South-East. The Gaelic kingdom, approximately equivalent to the modern Argyll, was called Dariata, and I told you that's where my family were, the Dariata tribes, man, in Ireland, man. In mythology tradition, the Gaels came to Britain from Ireland in the 6th century at the same time that Germanic speakers from the continent began to settle in Northumbria. Amazing, man. So yeah, man, the Picts and the Scots, man, the same people, basically. And we had the Kingdom of Alba. Good book. Very good book. They're all good books, man. And just got this last book I wanted to show you. The Jacobite Gleanings from State Manuscripts, yeah. So short sketches of Jacobites, the transportation in 1745 by J. Macbeth Forbes. This is Scully Black book, yeah. This is just one of the ships, yeah, that my family were getting transported on, yeah. So when we got took over, the ones who took us over, the victors get to write history, so they change a few of the truths. So the facts are that my family are from Europe, we're from Scotland, man. We are from the Davidic line, from the Red Hand branch of Yehuda, and we got took prisoners of war. It's not very hard to understand that. But this is one of the ships here that they got took on, and it gives a description of how they looked as well on the back, yeah. And you can see it's got their name here, so James Lawson, labourer, Angua, Angua. He was 5 foot 5.5, well-made, slender, dark and sickly. And son gives all a description of how they looked. Dark, swarthy, Old English for black, you understand, melanated. Even though in etymology, you don't want to be calling yourself black, you understand, you want to call yourself, like, you know, by your tribe's name and who you really are. And we're noble and sovereign, man. So yeah, what they were doing is they was taking these people, the prisoners, the Jacobite prisoners, yeah, and then they were taking them to plantations to work on coffee plantations, tobacco plantations, and that tea, you know, sugar plantations. My family ended up in Jamaica, a lot of them didn't, which is obviously part of the Americas, and the Americas and all throughout the whole world basically. But my family mainly in Jamaica, you know. Clan Campbell, Clan McKinley, man. You understand? Yes, man. Uncle G, man. Everyone knows Uncle G, man. He's from Clan Campbell, man, from Jamaica. Uncle G's he was my granddad, man. R.I.P. granddad, man. You understand? Great granddaddy Lyndon Campbell, who had 43 children, man. We got a big family, man. You best believe. I'm telling you all to stand up, man, out of that sea, man, to claim your stuff back, family, man, from the tribe of Yehuda. Claim your stuff back, man. Stand out of that figurative sea. Claim it back. We are the true nobles and sovereigns, man. You're rich beyond belief. Aren't you sick of struggling in this wicked society which isn't made for you, which practices societal racism? Time to stand up, family, man. Because we are the true nobles and true sovereigns, man. Claim your stuff back. So what they were doing, yeah, it says here, so George Hume, age 30, marked as a black man. He's talking about one of the prisoners whose colour would no doubt suit the West Indies. In the sun, but bearing in mind he's from Scotland, like, in the sun. But yeah, you're going to suit the people that are already there, because if you refer back to Webster's 1828 dictionary definition of what an American is, yeah, it's a couple of coloured cards found there, yeah, by the Europeans. So my family, yeah, they left, yeah, from the Babylonian captivity, and we went over to Spain, Iberia. So the 10 tribes got seized on their lands, you understand, like. And we have proof of that, man. I have a scholarly back to ministry, man. But yo, yeah, man, thank you so much for staying along for this lesson. A bit longer than I expected, man. It's all for the Most High, man. It's all to wake up the remnant, for Jew and Gentile. Don't discriminate against anybody, man. You understand? We just want the truth to come out, and the enemy's going to be destroyed, man, for what they did to us, man, because they got a lot of blood on their hands, man. And we have a right as a human being to be upset about how we're getting treated as a people, man. You understand? You know, look at Chris Kaba, Jordan Neely, Sandra Massey, George Floyd, Robert Brooks, man, and many, many others. Their families, man, they're going to meet there in mourning, man. They're sad, do you understand? Because of what happened, because of the bloody acts that they do, man. Just like the bloody crusades, man, do you understand? They're not for us, they're against us. There are some very nice people in society. You can't tarn everyone with the same brush here, because some people will use their free will for good. But some people, unfortunately, will use it for bad, you understand? And they're the ones, man, the Most High will destroy. There's going to be ones who have been destroyed and killed by the enemy, who are going to be brought back by the living Creator, resurrected, you understand, as it states in Scripture. But, yeah, for the ones who are wicked, man, who have done wickedness, man, do you understand? Your spirit's eternal, man, and your spirit's going to go to a bad place, yeah, for eternity, and there's going to be no escape. You won't be able to call upon the living Creator for help. Yeah, man. For my peaceful, scholarly back to ministry, thank you so much for staying along with me for this lesson, man. I've really enjoyed having you all along. And till next time, I'll be back, man. Till next time, Shalom and peace.